What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
What up?
What up? What up?
Hello.
Hello, hello. How's everybody today?
Pretty chill.
Good. Yeah.
Chill.
Good.
chill.
Good. It rained all day. It was cold and rainy.
It was windy and overcast all day here, which made for absolutely phenomenal golf compared to what it is most of the year here in Texas. I golfed all day, and it was windy and cloudy and cool. Sometimes to the point where it was cold, but that is so much better than 90 degrees plus in the summer. So I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
All day.
You're sweating your balls off.
Bro, it's actually really bad. It's really bad.
I used to have. I gave it away, but on my, your golf bag has the tripod, have the two legs that pop out, so it sits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it was a scrotum that hung from my golf bag, and it had two golf balls in it.
Oh, nice.
So when you set the bag down, the balls would just kind of sway for a minute.
Awesome.
You grab a ball out and tee off.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh yeah, hey, welcome.
Wait, do we get rated?
Yeah, Dabs looks like he's going to reveal some crazy Titans knowledge right now.
Just that they
Some
suck.
top secrets.
Titans suck.
Yeah, are they still sucking or?
No, yeah, they're pretty bad.
Who'd they play this week? That was the Jacksonville Titans game,
Yeah.
right?
Trevor Lawrence destroyed them.
Look, why did you even bother picking Jacksonville?
What are you talking about?
Or I mean Tennessee.
Oh yeah, because they usually split the series every year. I couldn't remember if this was the one that they were going to win or not. So.
I got you. Okay. Fair enough. Q Swin, thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate you, big dog.
No, you watch though. End of the season, it's going to be between Houston and Jacksonville, and Tennessee's going to screw up one of them.
Nah.
Whichever one. No, I'm saying end of the season. I don't know who the Titans played last week. It's either Houston or Jacksonville, and they're gonna just sneak one in there to mess up the seeding or something.
Nah.
That happened last year.
Lots of crazy
Yeah,
things
but
happen.
the Dominator was playing for him then.
The Dominator.
You weren't on the Dominator bus last year.
Hell no.
He was with the Browns too.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
look,
didn't know when he's on the Browns.
Speaking of the Dominator, that was one of the high headline stories this week. Is the Dominator getting Russell Wilson?
Yeah, so Dobbs was playing actually pretty decent throughout the entire game, besides a bit in the first quarter, and then Russell Wilson comes back and wins. I think it was by a point, and Josh Dobbs had the floor. He had like a minute almost left on the clock, and he just couldn't get it done. 2 missed passes to their tight end. Got one decent one to Addison, but they just couldn't get it in. It was a close game. But now that's Russell Wilson's now tied with the Eagles for the most consecutive wins in the NFL right now.
That's crazy. Like, who would have thought that Denver would be on a 4-game winning streak? Is that right?
Yeah, and against good teams too.
Yeah. A lot of people, the first question they're going to say is, okay, but who have they played? And it's like,
Chiefs, Bills, Vikings.
Chiefs, Bills, Vikings.
I don't remember who the fourth one was.
Come on, bro. They're playing real teams, you know? And they're getting it done. And I think, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think at one point I said Russell Wilson is better than what we saw in 2022 Russell Wilson. So 2023 Russell Wilson is much better than 2022 Russell Wilson, just like I had predicted.
Well, he's starting to get some chemistry with Courtland Sutton in the end zone right now. They've had multiple games where he gets a touchdown every single game. It's been different for them.
And the Peyton, the Sean Payton factor, that was eventually going to kick in, right? Sean
Yeah.
Payton's a freaking genius coach. So, I mean, it took some time to put together, but and let's not get ahead of ourselves. I mean, the wheels could easily fall off in Denver just as easily as it came on. But I mean, I guess we'll see, right? What other big games did we? I mean, we don't have to talk about Arizona versus Houston. Pretty much everybody knew Houston was going to win that, and so no surprise there. Green Bay beating the Chargers, was that a surprise for anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, it should be, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Firestorm picked Green Bay. He was the only one in our pick'ems to pick Green Bay. Firestorm, you weren't surprised by that.
I mean, I just ran some. I ran some picks with possible upsets. I had the Jets beating the Bills, and that obviously didn't happen. So, not quite the perfect week.
You were picking that as hey, I got to catch up on pick'ems, and this one seems like a good one to try out.
Well, just how this season's been, and how the Chargers are kind of crapping down their own legs, I figured this is a good game for them to lose.
It's the next coach to lose his job.
Such a talented team for it to be whack.
Staley's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely going to have to. I mean, there's more body of work to see before I'm convinced one way or the other. But I told you guys Jordan Love wasn't the next Aaron Rodgers, and so far I'm right.
Yeah, he's not looking like it.
It was good enough to beat the Chargers, I guess, this week.
Surprising still, on the least. Bengals and Ravens. Bengals season's over, you guys think, with Joe Burrow out?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of over. I mean, they looked like they were getting things back together again, and but this is a huge injury for them.
Yeah. With Joe Burrow being out, I mean, he's the heart of the team. It's not gonna. I don't think they're gonna last without him, sadly, and he's gonna be out for the season. So, I mean, that sucks. I kind of feel like he would have been better off if he took a break. I just feel like he should have had that at the beginning of the season. Now they're different injuries, but when you keep pushing a guy over and over again like that, I wonder if it's the coach's fault. Who keep getting him to play in a practice. Just makes you more injury prone. And then Mark Andrews also out. And he's going to – we heard at first he was going to be out for the season, but now it looks like he might be back at the end of the season, which is good for them. So
I almost traded for Andrews in another league. I'm glad I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of trade deadlines coming up in a lot of leagues, if it hadn't already passed in fantasy leagues, I know myself, I have Jamar Chase in one league. Ray, you cool with hanging on to him?
Oh, I'm keeping him. And I'm keeping Joe Burrow injured on my bench too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a dynasty league.
Yeah, they'll be back. It'll be fine.
Yeah, dynasty league you almost have to, but I mean, this would be a good opportunity for some folks to be sellers if you're in a redraft league. Sell the name, right? I mean, a lot of people would love to trade for Jamar Chase right now, just for the name alone. But Jamar Chase owners could be getting out with the right deal, right? Trade high before it's obvious that he's not going to have chemistry with the next guy up.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Because I don't know, that Burrow Jamar Chase chemistry is going to be hard to duplicate. I think I have him in another league, and I'm devastated right now.
Yeah.
You got to think next year, though. I picked up Anthony Richardson, put him in my IR for next year since I don't have Hurts anymore. I needed.
Well, In this league that I'm talking about, that I have Jamar Chase, it's actually this is the third year I've had Jamar Chase, and it's a 3-year max keeper league, one keeper, so I can't keep him. So I think I might dangle him out there if I can. You know, see if I can get that's somebody that's got a healthy quarterback, which I know my options are limited.
Yeah.
Their backup didn't even look too bad on the run game, honestly. He put up some rushing yards, but the passing chemistry is definitely not there yet. So I don't know if they're going to be able to bring it back in time to clutch a wild card spot or anything. I think they're pretty done.
Do you want to hear three of my five dynasty quarterbacks this year in my dynasty league?
Yeah, go ahead.
Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Kenny Pickett, and Baker Mayfield. So I'm down to Kenny Pickett and Baker Mayfield.
Oh, wow.
I hope quarterback is not the strength of your team.
It's not. I also had Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah, that's that league. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not a good one.
Yeah. You just change your name to the injured reserves.
Definitely.
Hey, how about the Cowboys, Mr. Tony Pollard? Huh?
Dude, finally.
Hey.
It's about time, man. It's about time.
It's
Hopefully
about
he keeps it up.
time, sir.
I mean, Lamb's been talking about it. He's been tweeting about it. He's like, me and Cooks are getting going. Dak's getting going. Now we just got to get Paul going. And it looks like so far they're giving him some end zone work. He didn't really get like a touchdown when they were like 5 yards from the end zone. They didn't give it to him. He kind of earned it. He leaped into the end zone. They probably would have threw it to the freaking tight end again. But we'll just be happy for this week and say, good luck for him.
Yeah.
But
that's his first touchdown since week 1, isn't it?
Since week 1.
Yeah, since week 1, yeah.
That's crazy. Like, for a guy that was so productive the year before.
Yeah, it's bad when you're thinking of trading like Pollard for Rashad White or someone like that, when last year, he had so much potential. But even though the Cowboys won by a bit, the stats, at least for fantasy and for bets, they weren't really there. It was still pretty low, even though we did good.
You could definitely say it's the Panthers. I get it, right? Last week you could say, oh, it's the Giants. But look, good teams dominate the teams they're supposed to. That's exactly what happened here. Nobody's getting super excited about it. Nobody's like, oh, the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl just because they beat the Panthers. Like, let's get real. But it's literally what they're supposed to do. And they went in and they executed. And that's exactly what you want every week from your team. I mean, you could be the Bills and you could be losing the teams you shouldn't be. But
or the Titans and just lose to all the teams. And to be fair, Mr. Wakko, with this week's Pick'ems, I chose Carolina to beat Tennessee.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Really?
Yep. I think Bryce is going to have a good game.
Oh, wow. See,
Tennessee's pass defense is so bad.
Dude, that doesn't even
so bad.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I might have Tennessee over Carolina.
No, I'm telling you, I'm watching.
Well,
we shall see. It's 50-50, really.
Yeah, it's kind of a coin flip game, and we'll get to next week's pick'ems here in a bit. What else have we got on? The Detroit-Chicago game. That was
Chicago almost won that.
That was kind of crazy.
I didn't see the end of it, but it's like, how does that happen?
The divisional games, man. Divisional games are a different animal. They really are, and almost, I think a lot of times divisional games go into a split, no matter how good one team is over the other.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with Jacksonville and Houston with Tennessee. It's always, same thing with Baltimore and Cleveland. That's why I had a hunch that it was going to be Cleveland, because this just happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. But Detroit pulled it off. So, and everybody in our Pick'ems League had Detroit. Everybody had Dallas. Everybody had Houston. Everybody had Miami. Nobody had the Giants beaten Washington.
Yeah. And by that
DeVito.
margin.
What?
Mr.
Dude.
DeVito.
What the heck, man?
Washington, the team that almost beat Philly twice, gets destroyed by the Giants.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's like,
It's like I don't know what to think of either one of the teams right now.
this league doesn't make any damn sense.
It doesn't. Like you were saying to me yesterday, there's not any team that's dominating. Everyone's just kind of regular. Like there's some teams, like the Eagles that are up there score-wise, but everyone's got a loss to a bad team. Everyone's got losses to mid teams right now.
Yeah, let's not forget that the Philadelphia, their one loss is to the Jets. And it's like, what? And then, man, we got to talk about a little bit about that Monday night game, right? Because I know a lot of people were rooting for the Chiefs, but they couldn't quite get it done in the end. Philly came out on
Marquez
top.
Valdez-Scantling couldn't get it done in the end.
Dude,
But they should have at least scored a single touchdown the second half.
That's fair, yeah.
If Mahomes needs MVP considerations for having the most mid-ass wide receivers in the league.
Yeah, they don't really have anybody. Rashee Rice has gotten better. They have Valdez-Scantling, and they have Kadarius Toney. Like what?
And teams are realizing this, so they just lock down Kelsey, and
Yeah,
there's nothing.
He's starting to get, obviously, it's got to be.
He's still scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, but he's not been as dominant as he has in years past. Not this year, at least not the last several games.
Yeah,
I think he's going to retire here soon.
And
he's been tweeting about
it. The joke of Taylor Swift not being in the audience, like, kind of, it's losing its luster now because it's like every week he's not performing to Kelsey standards,
Yeah, the Chiefs' offense is looking a lot different than they were at the beginning of the season right now. It seems like it's just run up with Pacheco, and then Mahomes runs the ball, and he chunks it down. They don't catch it, and then they do the same thing, 3 and out. Or maybe Kelsey finally catches the ball, and they get some oomph.
But so who's your favorite in the AFC right now?
That's tough. I honestly think the AFC is the biggest disaster. I mean, it's
the Ravens.
Yeah, I think the Ravens.
Yeah, it's the Ravens
by default.
You're gonna have 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs because the Browns and the Steelers, as long as they don't all fall apart, they're gonna get wild card spots. Miami are frauds. The Bills are terrible. The Jets are done.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the Ravens, the Texans, and the Chiefs are the only
the Chargers should have won the division this year. They're losing. The Broncos are up and coming, but they'll fall apart.
Like the Dolphins, they're not all the way there against good teams.
They lose to good. I mean, they barely beat the Raiders. They lose to good teams, and there's no way they're going to win a cold weather playoff game.
And then the Steelers, they're the worst 6-4 team. They're not going to do anything. I don't think the Colts or Titans are making it. Broncos might slide a wild card spot, but it's still the Broncos. It's kind of a weird division.
The Broncos could end up being that weird oddball team that sneaks in there at the very end, though. I don't know. There's just something about this wave they're on that they're trending up. They are definitely trending up. Do they make it? I don't know.
At this point, it's just like who's got the healthy quarterbacks,
Yeah. I don't know. I think I do agree with Ray and you guys as well that by default the Ravens are, but I don't think they're making the Super Bowl.
I mean, somebody from the AFC's got to, right?
Who do you
I
think?
think it's going to be the Chiefs.
You think the Chiefs would beat the Ravens with how they've been playing? I mean,
I don't think so.
I just think that
it's hard to say.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Doesn't have the pieces around him that he needs. I think for the first time in his career, he just doesn't have. It's not him, it's them.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not me. It's you.
Outside and Ray, you can explain this more because you're a Patriots fan. Tom Brady only had a few stud wide receivers his whole career, right?
Yeah, but Tom Brady is a bad example because he's
Okay.
the greatest to ever play the game. He was able to take a mid player and make them good. He was able to take good players and make them great. You know, and especially in the second dynasty, he never really had any great receivers. He had reliable receivers. He had Edelman. He had Gronk. But for the most part, other than Moss and Welker, he didn't have any superstars. But Brady was able to elevate the team, much like Mahomes is trying to do, but they're just not the same caliber, and it's a totally different game now. But
Well, and let's be honest, Andy Reid, as great as he is, he's not Belichick.
yeah, but Belichick's not Belichick anymore.
No, I know, not anymore.
He's proving to be a failure.
Without Brady, yes, I'm talking.
He's never accomplished anything without Brady, and that's why it's pretty locked down that he's leaving at the end of the season. If he wasn't Bill Belichick, he would have been fired at the bye.
Really, the end of an era for real.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But it's time to adjust. It's time to he's not going to retire. He's going to go. Some franchise will take him.
Las Vegas.
See, they won't take Vegas because Vegas won't take him because they just fired his successor. So he's going to go somewhere. He might go to the Commanders. He might go. You never know. He might go to the Chargers. There are allegedly teams that are interested. Dan Orlovsky allegedly knows a team that he's likely to go to, but he won't spill the beans. So it's a pretty done deal that he's not coming back to New England.
They need some fresh young blood in there. They need a Mike McDaniels, my favorite person in the entire NFL.
Dude, do you see the clip of him where it looked like he was chiefing a cart?
Yeah,
he was like
when they brought it up. Did you see his interview in the press conference?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't remember what he said though.
What is that you speak of?
He answers any question. They were like, coaches, smash, pass, marry. And he's like, well, I'd probably marry my offensive coordinator because I spent a lot of time with him. I was like, bro, what is he talking about?
He talks like he's stoned all the time.
Yeah, he's funny, bro. He sounds like he's a high school coach.
It's like he's playing Madden. I watched a TikTok and literally he has his headset like, and he's like, no, just tell him to score. Just tell him to score. And he he's like, hey, just score.
It was like, why'd you pick him up? He was like, oh, well, he was really fast. He always says about every guy, oh, he's fast. So, pick him up because he's pretty fast. So, okay. He's a fast guy.
Oh, man. I watch TikToks of him all the time.
Yeah, he was out there, and then he looked like he was itching his nose, and then you see him look like he's hitting a pin, and he's just kind of like... I was like, bro, there ain't no way he's chiefing during the game.
You saw, I'm sure you saw the one where he sprinted when he looked at the cameraman and sprinted.
Yeah. He just started running. He was like, oh, get away.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
How was your guys' week in fantasy?
Yikes.
AJ Brown got me 2 points. That's the sum of my fantasy. All I needed was him to get like 8 points, and I would have won. And I
had Trevor Lawrence, so that was a plus. He gave me 30.4 points. Jahmyr Gibbs, solid 21 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 21 points. So not too bad, but I still lost.
Yeah, I got smoked.
Oh, you got beat by Bolt Action, Dabs. Fiery Sheets took it. Cup Holder. So I'm the only one of the four of us that won, and I'm actually like not. I thought I was kind of on the more of a tank for tank and trade off my team. I was in sell mode. I've been the top scoring team 2 weeks in a row now, and I don't know if the divisional games go my way.
What's up, Heather?
Ooh, I could sneak into the playoffs. A little backdoor action. It's kind of. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't. But I do get the honor of renaming Mr. Q. Did he rename his team? Did anybody see? I don't think I haven't been in
no.
Discord or.
He was
anything
streaming,
all
so I don't
day.
think he got a chance to do it. Maybe he did. I don't know.
I've been MIA all day, so I have not.
Well, I got Brian this week.
Yeah, duck around, found out. Yeah, he got it. Q is now duck around and found out. You what? What do you got this week, Dabs?
It's rivalry week. I have Jefferson. It's Brian.
Oh yeah, I play him next week too. So you go ahead and knock him down a peg this week for me. I'll take him out next week, and that'll do great for me getting up into that playoff spot.
I have good matchups, so we'll see.
Bring him down. Everybody wants to see the Jeffersons fall.
He's not even in first.
Yeah, but he's the defending champion.
He's the New England Patriots, mid 2000 New England Patriots. You don't even most people didn't care about the Patriots, but you wanted to see him lose. I didn't. I'm a huge Tom Brady fan because I'm also a Michigan fan. So.
Speaking of golf, is Michigan Ohio that this weekend?
Michigan Ohio State should be.
I think so.
It's usually right around Thanksgiving. Last game of this season, or second to last, somewhere around there. Michigan's gonna win. That's gonna be a good game, actually.
I saw Derek Holland. I follow him on, he was a Texas Ranger pitcher in the 2010. I follow him on his socials, and he was talking about it. He went to Michigan, I think. What else, guys? What have we got on the slate for next week? Want to bring up next week's pick'ems and see if there's any games there that look worth discussion.
Well, let's do it.
Dabs, we talked about some injuries already. What are there any injuries that are going to affect these games coming up?
Let me scroll down my list here. All right. So big injuries from last week. Geno Smith hurt his elbow in the third quarter. He didn't come back till the very last drive of the game. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on since they play Thanksgiving against San Francisco.
They play Thursday, right? They got the Thursday night game.
He has a contusion on the bottom of his tricep, and they said he should be able to play. So we'll see. Just keep in mind, though, like even if you you got to think if you are a Geno Smith guy, is he going to be 100%? Like what percentage is he going to be at? So it's not going to come up who's going to replace him. It's going to be how's he going to be at 80% against the San Francisco's defense.
Yeah, that's the thing too. If you're a guy that's got two Geno quality quarterbacks, you're starting the other guy anyway because he's playing against San Francisco.
Yeah. So Devon Achane. It's Achane, right?
Oh, no, I've been saying Achane.
Yeah, he hurt his knee again. He's not expected to miss time.
Not expected?
Yes. Kenneth Walker for the Seahawks. He got an oblique injury. He never returned. And I've heard from other things that they're not giving him a timetable on that one.
Ooh, that's a bad sign.
Aaron Jones. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was back from this last injury.
Yeah, he's just not practicing, it says here. So Deontay Foreman. He is still the starting Bears running back, but he did hurt his ankle in the Detroit game and did not return. So, and Khalil Herbert's back, who was their starter before he went down. Cooper Kupp hurt his knee again. Was it knee or ankle? Ankle. So that's Cooper Kupp for you. I don't know what to tell you. Joey Bosa, he's on the IR now. Okay, that's about it. Fantasy wise, like the running back situation is not great.
Hopefully, you don't lose any more quarterbacks.
Quarterback's a shit show, but like running backs, they're like hurt, but they're going to play. So you don't know how much they're going to play, how much, what they're going to be utilized as. That's harder decision, in my opinion, than having to flat out, do I start this guy or the backups and shit like that. So
these Thanksgiving games look like a lot of fun this week. Green Bay and Detroit, Washington, Dallas, San Francisco, Seattle.
Yeah,
that's gonna be some
lots of games on Thursday.
And then there's a Black Friday game this year, first time.
Really?
Miami Jets.
It's Friday game.
Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Nice.
No kidding. I didn't even realize that was a Friday game.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay, who you got, Cleveland or Denver?
Oh, God.
In Denver. So you got the altitude there.
That's a tough one.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but a Denver win.
Like a walk-off field goal kind of win?
Nah,
probably.
Like a 17-14. So maybe.
I don't know. I might take Cleveland on that one just because of how good that defense is. I think Russell Wilson might struggle.
Yeah, but they don't have any offense.
That's true, but last week they still pulled it out. Maybe.
Right, they pulled it off against a team that also didn't have offense.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, should we just take the under on that game or what?
Probably.
You're going to say the over, aren't you? You son of a bitch.
No, I already gave mine.
I don't remember.
Oh, you want to go over them? Ray, you want to handle the
I'm pulling it up now.
Mr. Sports Betting over here.
Jacksonville and Houston. That's
going to be a good one. That's my bet is in a Jacksonville-Houston game.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good game.
The line on the Broncos-Browns is 35 points.
Yeah, it's pretty low scoring.
And the Broncos are 2.5 point favorites, but I do like the under 3.5 road dogs. That's a good line. So honestly, I would probably just bet the over under on this game. 35, it's kind of a low margin, but I don't know.
Pretty low.
I might wait till Sunday to bet that game, honestly, because it might adjust.
The Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game, that's going to be interesting.
I did pick Cincinnati.
Really?
I don't know.
I'm real down on them.
It's a gut feeling. I don't know.
What happened here?
Whoa, what is that? Oh, okay. Better hide that folder, sir.
What are you talking about, bro?
Oh, don't act like you don't know.
We all saw it.
I've seen the LimeWire folders, okay?
What?
Watch out, Lobster's in the chat.
I'm disgusted by your insinuations.
I think I'm going to have to take Pittsburgh on that one. I don't know if I can trust that Cincy backup. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that one done. Pittsburgh has been pretty ass, but, they still got their starting lineup like most teams don't right now.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's, in the grand scheme of things, they're probably one of the most healthy teams.
And Warren went off last week. So
yeah, and their defense is going to lock down the run and make the backup throw the football, which leads to turnovers.
I don't know. We'll see.
Is
What do you guys-
Kyler Murray coming back this week?
He's already back.
Yeah, he's been back.
I was gonna say, what do y'all guys think about the Rams and Cardinal game? Another
Dude.
snooze fest.
I got Arizona, I think.
I can't
That's a
believe they
toss-up.
won last week. I thought that I was totally going to lose on that pick,
Shh.
and they made it happen. I'm probably taking Cardinals, to be honest.
That's what I took.
Rams have been playing like booty cheeks. At the
Yeah,
same
why
time,
are they
though,
so bad?
they are getting Kyron Williams back, so that's a plus for them this week. But I don't know. They have been playing pretty bad. It's kind of a toss-up for me.
I mean, they had Nakua or whatever's Puka Nakua
Puka Nacua and Tutu
Pick'em
Atwell.
up, going off, and then it's like they can't win. What is the deal? I don't get it. It's kind of like the
Stafford's
Chargers.
injured. Cup's injured.
The Chargers are the same way. It's like why are these teams not winning games?
Chargers are it's a coaching problem.
Make no sense. Too much talent.
And then we have the New England versus the Giants game this week. The mid-off of the century.
Yeah,
What you got? What you got in that game, Ray?
I'm just taking the Giants. I think Belichick's coaching himself out of a job.
It's got to
So-
be the Giants.
They're
I'm
fighting
picking
for
against
draft.
my
They're,
team this
they're
week, too,
fighting for
buddy.
draft picks at this point, but the Giants got that win last week, so the Patriots are currently ahead in the draft order. So
Who's got number one?
Chicago, they got it from Jacksonville or
All
Carolina.
right, so they're
They
going to
traded for
trade
someone.
their number one pick if they have it. Because they don't need Caleb Williams. I don't think they would. I think they'd rather
Well,
take
it depends. It depends
Marvin
on
Harrison Jr.
if they want to move on from Fields or not.
don't think
I know
will.
there's been a little flash in the pan with Fields doing better, but it's year 3 doesn't really seem to be going anywhere. Either way, the Patriots are going to have a top 5 pick. Ideally, it would be a top 3 pick.
Mr. Drake May.
So it depends on who's doing the drafting. If Belichick's still in town, then it'll be some undrafted, offensive lineman that turns out to be a bust because that's how he drafts. But if it's someone else that comes in, it'll likely be there's a possibility that they take Marvin Mims or Marvin Harrison Jr. and then get a quarterback in the second round because this is a really loaded quarterback class coming in.
Yeah.
If you get a generational lockdown wide receiver, you can probably do a little better with a second round quarterback. But people aren't too high on Caleb Williams. He just seems like he has too much going on.
I'm not either. I think he's going to go number one, but
he likely will. I
I just
personally
think he's
don't
a-
want him. I would prefer Drake May.
Drake May.
But I actually like the guy from Michigan too.
McCarthy.
Because he's doing okay. And there's a couple other guys that they're playing on mid teams that don't have superstar talent around them and they're still balling out. So, either way, they have to move on from Mac Jones. Bailey Zappi isn't going to do anything either. No one really knows who's starting this week, but it doesn't matter. They're both bad.
What do you think of the idea of them bringing Kirk Cousins next year? Because I don't know if he'll be back in Minnesota.
I mean,
Because
if
I've
they
heard
bring
of
Cousins in,
home
he's still a bridge anyway. He's still a
Yeah.
bridge. They
I've
really
heard
need to hit on someone in the draft. But if
Plus,
you
they
never
don't
know,
have
if you
anybody
get Marvin Harrison and then bring in if they bring in a veteran quarterback who has someone great to throw to, then there could be there could be something. But
Yeah, they don't have anybody for Cousins to throw to in New England.
Not
the
right
team
now.
that I've heard Cousins going linked to the most was the Falcons, Atlanta.
It's got
No,
Good
they're
defense,
there.
good run game, young receivers, Kyle Pitts, Drake London. I don't know.
Yeah, he could be a good fit there. He's just getting old, but I already know the Vikings been talking about getting rid of him, and they ended up keeping him. So I think next year he's gone for sure.
yeah, and now they have Josh Dobbs. He's potentially the He's potentially the Geno Smith there, even though he had a kind of a boring loss, but that's going to happen. He's not going to win every game.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Who's on bye this week? Oh, there's no teams on bye this
No
week.
buys.
That's right.
Are we pretty close to being done with buys?
There's more buys next week. I think it might be the last of the buys next week. They did it different this year. Usually, because we skipped a couple weeks, where I thought there weren't any buys. Like this week, there's no buys. Like 3 weeks ago, I think it was, there were no buys. So yeah, it used to be like once you get to week like 12, there's no more buys. But
Right.
I don't know. I don't think this year it's further down the schedule that there's no buys the rest of the way. 7 says it's week 14. So I trust him. He pays attention to the schedule. I'll go with that. Which, by the way, congratulations, 7, on your Pick'ems win this week. He was the one that had 11 out of 14. Not a bad week. And also the 3 that he missed, like pretty much everybody missed. So hats off to a great week in Pick'ems.
Question, Mr. Wakko.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would
You
we
don't have to
be
call me
able
mister.
to? I'm sorry, sir. I shared a TikTok in our Discord. I don't know if you could pull that up. It's very relative to the quarterback situation in AFC.
It's in the Discord?
It's in our the sports channel, not in the extra point one. A little clip. I think it's hilarious. I wanted to share it with you guys.
Let me take a pic. I can probably make that happen. It's a TikTok. You shared it in the sports channel?
Yeah.
When? Yesterday?
Nope, today. Like not too long ago.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
6:51.
Yeah, it didn't give me the usually it has a preview of it, but it didn't. Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh, I remember this one. Here, let me move this to the other. Screen to where I can share it better.
All right.
Almost there. Give me a sec.
Ray, do you think Ramondre Stevenson is going to be your guy next year?
I mean,
as a running back? No. Like for the Patriots as a running back.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going. He's on their contract. He's not going anywhere. But there's unless they reinforce the O-line, it's going to be about the same as it is this year. He and Zeke just trading touches and doing mid. At least they're both healthy.
You sound as excited about your team as I am the Titans, sir.
I mean,
here we go. I got it.
The only difference is I like Vrabel. Okay, here we go.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
I understand nothing.
I am no good before 11 a.m.
I also get headaches from computers, so I can't be around them for too long.
I take stuff.
I need to have someone go up and down with me in the elevator.
I have a weakness for sweets.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
Yeah.
That's true.
They either got bad quarterbacks or they're on a backup or they're injured. That's like the whole NFL right now. If you have a starting quarterback right now, you're lucky if he's good.
Bro, this is a Cowboys year.
Oh man, it's their year to lose. Let's put it that way.
Oh man, there's so many. this year is so weird in so many different ways.
Hey, you're gonna have Derrick Henry as your running back next year, so it doesn't matter.
Imagine hearing last year that the Texans were going to have a higher record than the Bengals,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
that
that's-
the Broncos would be like tied up with the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after last year, that would be no way.
Or that TJ Hawkinson would be the number 1 tight end in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really?
Yeah, I got Evan Ingram, and he's like Mr. Reliable for me this year.
He's a low key reliable tight
Jacksonville's
end.
tight end. If anybody wants to trade for a young tight end, I do have Luke Musgrave, Green Bay's tight end. Some bill for a future there. Or pick him up next year in draft because I'm not keeping him.
I think it's time to talk about our parlays, which we're not even going to show the disaster that was last week. We lost again.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them. We tried to hedge our bets. We got so excited about the Cowboys versus Carolina, and we divvied it up and put half our efforts there, and then half our efforts into the rest of the league. And you know what? We just lost them both. Okay, Ray, give us a summary where we're at.
We've wagered $80. We've still won just over 300. We have not hit a bet in I think 6 weeks now, so it's not looking good.
Oy vey.
But
Yeah.
we're still ahead.
We're still up.
Still in the green somehow. But yeah, unfortunately I'm at fault for missing one of our parlays. Jahmyr Gibbs did not go over on 55 rushing yards.
Hey, I called the under on the Baltimore-Cleveland game, and I was.
It was very close, but it hit. And then the only leg that hit on the Cowboys game was the over 42.5. That one hit no problem.
Yeah.
CD,
I can't believe that everyone was so under on that game, just like it was with the past couple Panthers games, the other offenses. I think it's just their defense, man.
7, there's only room for positivity here.
Yeah.
It's still house
don't
money.
have a gambling problem. God.
It's been house money since week 3, so I mean we're chilling. But
yeah.
Good. I lost a lot of money on underdog this week because
I'm just fucking with you, 7.
It's got to be rigged. I'm telling you. I had three main legs in the Minnesota game go under by less than 5 yards.
Yeah.
Less than a completion. Less than a pass attempt. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, so Addison, he was going out of bounds, and instead of going up out of bounds, he went like straight to the left. So that like 1 or 2 yards he needed, he didn't get it. Josh Dobbs only needed one pass, and Hawkinson only needed one more pass, and he dropped the ball twice. If he had made that pass, Dobbs would have got his passing yards, and Hawkinson would have got his passing yards, and he dropped it twice.
Addison would have as well.
Yeah.
I had Jordan Addison higher 45.5 receiving yards. He had 44.
The stat lines are just like
I had Josh Dobbs over 222.5 passing yards. He had 221.
Yeah.
I had TJ Hawkinson. The only line I had TJ Hawkinson to score a touchdown. That was the only line that I had on him. Oh, nope, never mind. I had him on fantasy points that went under. Everybody went under. It was not a great week. Not a great game.
And then A.J. Brown gets locked up by L'Jarius Sneed, the Sneedster himself, locks him up to one catch. Like, what? And an interception? A.J. Brown, what the hell, dude?
Travis Kelce last night, higher 7 receptions. He had 7 receptions.
I just want you guys to know that
he had exactly 8. I remember when we were talking about the targets on him would be the only good one. I thought he had exactly 8, and the stat was 7.5.
Yep.
I was like, And then AJ Brown gets one catch. Oh my god.
The main leg I questioned when we were running lines was Jake Elliott higher 2.5 extra points. I did not see,
And it hit.
and it hit. I did not see I didn't see either team putting up 3 touchdowns. So I was like, man, I don't know if he's getting extra points. But yeah, very very close margins in losses this week, and it's just we have this discussion every week. You know, is it rigged? Is it rigged? Because there's no these sports books. They're smart, but there's no way they're that smart.
No.
And you know that if you go to bet an under, if you run a slate of unders, everyone's gonna hit every single one. So it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like in some cases, maybe we want to run just if we're running a parlay with overs, we should run the same parlay with unders and see who hits and who doesn't. Like it's crazy. It's wild stuff.
What's up, CJ?
Could you imagine CD Lamb getting one catch in a game?
After going off, especially against a shitter team, considering the last 3 shitter teams he faced, he balled out and made history. And he just got he and Dak barely did anything, even though they put up 30 plus points.
Yeah, it was like
Jalen Hurts last night held to under 200 yards total, rushing or passing, and they still won the game. Like it's crazy stuff.
We're gonna find out in like 20 years from now. Some referee is gonna say, "Yeah, we were on the take, the whole team. Everybody was in on it. The players, we let them know which ones we needed."
Ah, shit. What team of baseball was it? Shoeless? Was it Joe Jackson?
The White Sox.
The 1919 Reds, White Sox.
The Black Sox.
The Black Sox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was in on the fix, except for allegedly.
Joe Jackson was not.
Joe Jackson was the one that wasn't.
But he did take the money when they gave it to him. So just know
it's
with all listen to a podcast. So it's a different story.
Different sport. So what are we doing this week, boys?
As far as like fantasy or bets or what?
Bets.
Parlays.
I'll say I have Thanksgiving in 2 days. Oh, you
I am going to use a little bit of my bet money to do my last spread. I'm probably going to do it on the Dallas game, so at least if I lose, I can just blame it on my own team and I won't be as mad. And if I win, then I have a bunch of games to bet for, so it'll be fun. If not, then I'm probably going to wait until like the playoffs to do one or just be done for the season so I can keep my wins because betting is frustrating the past couple of weeks for me.
You got to switch to basketball.
Never bet.
Got to learn about
money
basketball.
You can't afford to lose.
Yes, do not do it. Do not do it.
Spend money to make money, people.
I'm only betting with winning money. It's not out of my own pocket, so don't do what I do.
So this week we have Dallas versus the Commanders under 49 points total. We have Jacksonville versus Houston over 48.5 points total.
Yes, sir.
Those are yours and Wakko's picks. January, what do you want?
I say give me a sec to look through here real quick.
I picked under on the Dallas game.
Yeah, because they're low scoring off. It's a low scoring offense versus a good defense.
I'm gonna take.
Do you want that, or do you want to change it?
I just don't remember if I actually committed to that. That's all.
I'm gonna take C.J. Stroud passing yards over.
Janu, my pick was on your hype, brother. I need CJ to throw 3 touchdowns And I
Let's
need
do
their
it.
defense to shit the bed so Trevor can throw 3. And then
Tank Dell has been going off with CJ Stroud lately, and they beat Jacksonville by a lot last time. I think Jacksonville's going to do better, but it'll probably be a pretty high scoring game.
That's what I'm hoping for. I think you're right, though. I will say you were right about the CJ Stroud hype, but I will not say that I was wrong about Anthony Richardson because he got hurt, so we don't know.
Yeah, I was excited to see him play more. I think he is good.
I think they would have been
Next
neck and
year.
neck for Rookie of the Year.
That's definitely going to be the core of my team next year, so I'm writing it out with Stroud and Tank Dell. They're my duo. I'm keeping him.
I like I like next year's team. My next year's team. I like it.
Ray, what you got the numbers up?
Yeah,
What's? I know you're not gonna like it, but what's CD Lamb's receiving yards?
CeeDee Lamb's receiving yards is over 89.5.
89.5. Do you have an over under on receptions?
Receptions over 6.5.
Give me the
Take
over.
that over yards.
Give me the receptions over. He's going to be involved this week for sure. Faux show.
And I'm going to take I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown over 81.5 receiving.
Okay.
I like that.
That's a good one.
I forget about that guy. I haven't watched. Detroit doesn't get
Sun
enough.
God.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
They don't get enough media. You
I
know?
love Detroit. They're
solid.
my NFC team. They have been since Joe Kitna was their quarterback.
John Kitna, bro.
John Kitna, not even so.
John
Yeah.
Kitna, bro. He was a
John
Cowboys
Kitna.
quarterback at one point too.
Yeah, I've been a Detroit. I've cheered for them for a while.
I think he settled down here in Texas, and I think he's like a high school coach or some shit. Detroit has always been like, if the Cowboys didn't exist, Detroit would have been my team. I was a huge Barry Sanders fan, and then after Barry Sanders, I was a Megatron fan, big time. And
Love
so
Megatron.
Detroit's always been kind of like my sneaky second favorite team.
Yeah, dude, I remember when
that I don't like to
Megatron
talk
got
about.
drafted from Georgia. Was it Georgia Tech? Bees.
That guy was just inhuman. Kind of
Oh
like
my gosh.
Justin Jefferson is now, like just
It's different though. Calvin Johnson was built like LeBron James, but could still run like a 4.3.
Yeah, he was like a physical specimen, bro. He was insanity.
I think if you size wise, I think DK Metcalf is probably the size that Calvin Johnson was. DK Metcalf's a big boy.
Cortland
AJ Brown's a
Sutton
big
guy too.
Cortland Sutton. I don't know much about Cortland Sutton. Is he a big guy?
He's big.
Yeah, AJ Brown's a big guy, but DK Metcalf is a big guy. Yeah, you're right. Megatron was awesome, dude.
Dude, have you seen Mac Hollins after the offseason? He looks like a freaking tight end now. But he's not getting any work. But like size wise, he's freaking huge, bro.
Well, Titans' new quarterback, Will Levis. See his freaking arms?
Yeah,
He's got pythons.
Yeah, that actually was a bad thing coming into the draft. They don't want quarterbacks with super like defined big arms.
Interesting.
No,
you want a guy
QB
built
is
like
here,
Brock
bro.
Purdy.
Yeah, you want like I don't know why they said why, but I forget. But
that was my surprise
actually
about
a
Bryce
thing.
Young. For a quarterback, he's pretty short. I think he's like 5'10" or something like that, which is pretty short for a quarterback.
Oh, that's real short. That's what the big knock on Drew Brees was that because I think he was 5'10".
Baker's around there too.
Yeah, Baker's short.
Nobody wanted him. Nobody thought he would amount to shit, and Hell, he became one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Crazy.
Just gonna have the talent. Are we doing just the one parlay this week?
Yeah, I think we don't want to. I don't think we should make a habit of hedging the bets.
Fair enough.
So do you have what is it $10 bet and what the payout is, or?
I don't have the CJ Stroud line yet. That's a
Okay.
Sunday game.
All right.
So, but the rest of our picks are are over unders or they're on Thursday. So, we'll have the bet slip posted in the Discord on Thursday on Thanksgiving.
Sounds good.
Before the
don't
games.
forget, because we got so much happening early on Thursday, Pick'ems are due tomorrow instead of Thursday. So, by which I got Ray, I got yours already. I got Dabs already. Janu, I need yours. But they're due by, for those in the audience wanting to play it from home, they are due by 5 o'clock tomorrow. Pick'ems. Let us know what winners you got. Come on, bring it.
Yes, sir.
I'm still in the lead in Pick'ems, by the way, by 4. Yes. At least I'm winning something.
I'm coming back.
I'd love to say, at least it's respect, but let's be honest. It's probably not. I'm not winning respect.
Can't get no respect.
You ain't got no respect, bro. What else, boys and girls? We got, are we ready for an extra point? Have we already covered everything already?
I think we're good. We're ready for the extra point.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
I'll pose an extra point in the form of a question. I've heard people talking about Dak in the MVP conversation. Do y'all?
No, brother.
Is that a national conversation?
No.
Or is that just bullshit here?
No, that's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay, nobody's talking about that here.
No, the sleeper pick we have, like people are talking about for MVP is CJ Stroud.
Yes, sir.
I've heard that too.
Because he's very much in the rookie of the year. He's likely going to get rookie of the year, and it's been the last time a rookie won MVP as well. It might have been. It might have been before the merger.
It was like in the 60s or 70s or something like that.
It was before it was before professional sports was really before professional football was huge. Like the guy was a professional athlete and he was playing against electricians and pipe fitters.
If Dak continued to play like he has been for the past couple of weeks, if he takes that same Dak that we had against the Eagles but wins, and our next couple of games, if we win against Seattle, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions, if he does that against all those teams and we go crazy, then I would say he's in the conversation for it. But like if we go out, only win against Washington, Seahawks, lose against Eagles again, maybe win against the Bills, like then no. But if we keep playing like that, he might. I don't see why not.
It's stuff that I've seen floated around, like with him and CJ. I think the comparison is with him versus CJ Stroud is it touchdowns?
It's just his stats.
Yeah, the stats they're comparing.
But who says it has to be offense? Like,
yeah,
Myles Garrett. I think he is up there. He should be in the conversation.
Well, he'll be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he's unstoppable.
Did y'all see that video
MVP
of him?
is almost always offense, I think.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Usually
though,
quarterback.
It's usually quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm saying, why am I?
Yeah, about the wow factor. But they had a video of him. They're going against Steelers last week, and he picked up one of the Steelers helmets, and the Steelers went up to him. They're like, "No, give me that, give me that back," because of the rewind from when he hit Rudolph in the back of the head with the helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're like, stay away from that guy. And then he's like,
Wow.
he put his hands up. He's like, I'm not doing nothing. No, I'm doing, just picking it up. Like, yeah, you stay away from Steelers helmet.
Dude, you know Myles Garrett is the biggest nerd, right?
Yeah, he's
I don't know
yeah,
what
he
you got
is.
on.
He does poetry, he does like tabletop games. Like he's all about the nerd.
Interesting.
Yeah. Big ass dude writes poetry.
Guess that's what you got to do in your spare time. I heard that Christian McCaffrey's a big Fortnite head. I asked him what his favorite game is, and he was like, dude, since Fortnite came out, I've been addicted to it. It's the only game I've played since. And when I get
Tyreek
home, I
Hill
just play
also.
Fortnite. I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I wonder if he's
awesome.
cracked. You think these guys actually have enough time to be cracked at Fortnite? I think
I bet
Christian
you Kyler
McCaffrey's
Murray's pretty good at Call of Duty.
I bet you he is. He spends more time on COD than practice.
Yeah.
Just don't put him in Fortnite. He'd be lost. He'd be lost in it.
I mean, side note, I heard Eminem is coming to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
That's
random.
crazy.
All right. Any other extra points?
Ray? No? Good?
Nope, nothing tonight.
Everybody?
We'll
Well,
have
shit.
nothing else.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy the games.
Later, boys.